watching GVTV News.
Thanks, Gloria, and I'm Randy Hansen. In today's World News headlines, Obama apologizes after U.S. drone strike kills 2 hostages. And in amnesty, European plan on migration woefully inadequate, they say. And Senate confirms Lynch as Attorney General after the delay. And Comcast drops bid to merge with Time Warner Cable. And in Maryland, troopers deployed amid protest over Freddie Gray's death. And Michael Brown family sues Ferguson for wrongful death. And Petraeus sentenced to probation for leaking secret information. And a Deutsche Bank to pay $2.5 billion in rate rigging case. And in India, a funeral held for a farmer who killed himself at a rally. And in Peru, police fired on copper mine protesters, killing 1. And 3 more women accused Bill Cosby of sexual assault. And Hillary Clinton involved with selling uranium to Russian-owned business for donations to Clinton Foundation. GVTV News is broadcast on Grass Valley Television, division of Rural Counties Television Network, whose focus is on community involvement. We also air on NCTV. But before these stories, GVTV News would like to thank one of our underwriters who supports your only visual video news media in Nevada County. That's right, it's us, GVTV News. In today's first world news story, President Obama has apologized after the White House revealed a U.S. drone strike in Pakistan killed an American government contractor and an Italian aid worker held hostage by al-Qaeda in January. Despite hundreds of hours of surveillance and near constant visibility of the al-Qaeda site, officials said they did not know the hostages were there. Officials said the strike also killed an American linked to al-Qaeda, Ahmed Farouk, while another American al-Qaeda member, Adam Gadan, was killed in a separate strike. Obama apologized to the families of hostages, Warren Weinstein and Giovanni Lo Porto, and said, "As President and as Commander-in-Chief, I take full responsibility for all the counterterrorism operations, including one that inadvertently took the lives of Warren and Giovanni. I profoundly regret what happened. On behalf of the United States government, I offer our deepest apologies to the families." European leaders have vowed to triple spend on border protection as part of a plan to address a migrant crisis after up to 900 people died near a ship capsized in the Mediterranean. Amnesty International called the plan woefully inadequate and shameful, noting the border program patrols within 30 miles of Italian and Maltese coast, far from what most deaths have occurred. And U.S. Senate has confirmed Loretta Lynch as the first African-American woman Attorney General. Democratic Senator Patrick Leahy praised her confirmation. Loretta Lynch presided over controversial terrorism case at the top of federal prosecutor in Brooklyn, New York. She supported bulk NSA surveillance and disagrees with President Obama's stance on marijuana may not be more dangerous than alcohol. With Eric Holder's performance, the thief, it is doubtful that Loretta Lynch will do anything to upset the current administration's agenda. First test will be if she decides to investigate the uranium sale involving Hillary Clinton and the Clinton Foundation. Comcast has reportedly dropped its bid to acquire Time Warner Cable in a deal that would have merged the country's 2 largest cable providers. Move follows reports of opposition from the Justice Department and Federal Communications System over the merger, which would have left a single company in control of 57% of the broadband internet market. And in Maryland, Governor Larry Hogan has deployed state troopers to Baltimore amid days of protest over the death of Freddie Gray. Gray died Sunday of spinal injuries a week after an arrest during which the witnesses said police bent him like a pretzel. Police have now confirmed Gray was not wearing a seatbelt in the police van where he was handcuffed in leg irons. Baltimore resident Randy Wellington attended Thursday's protest and said, "I'm here for the justice of Freddie Gray and all those that have been persecuted by the Baltimore City Police Department, as well as the police departments all around the world. We're getting sick and tired of being persecuted for no apparent reason. I think it should stop." Family of Michael Brown has filed a wrongful death lawsuit against the city of Ferguson, Missouri, over the shooting of their 18-year-old son by police officer Darren Wilson, who was found he didn't do anything wrong. While Wilson avoided both criminal and federal civil rights charges over the shooting, Brown's family attorney Anthony Gray said the lawsuit would present new evidence. The evidence has not changed, but the presentation of that evidence will. We expect that most evidence you've never heard about before and never seen. It's another futile attempt to hide the fact that Michael Brown was a gangbanger who made wrong decisions to attack a police officer after a strong armed robbery in a store. That last part was added by me. Former CIA director and retiring U.S. Army General David Petraeus has been sentenced to 2 years probation and a $100,000 fine for pleading guilty to leaking highly classified information to his biographer and lover, Paula Broadwell. Petraeus will avoid jail time, unlike fellow leakers like Chelsea Manning and John, whoever he is. And anyway, this seems to be a fair sentence, as General Petraeus is a great American hero who was instrumental in Afghanistan before the current president made decisions to reverse all progress in the Middle East, helping to form a vacuum that created ISIS, the Islamic Muslim terrorists. Deutsche Bank has become the latest financial firm to settle accusations it rigged a key global interest rate used to set the value of trillions of dollars in the investment. The bank agreed to pay $2.5 billion under the settlement with U.S. and British regulators and accepted a criminal guilty plea for a British subsidiary. No one in the bank has been charged with the crime. In India, a funeral held for a farmer who hanged himself from a tree at a protest in the capital of New Delhi. Gajendra Singh left a note saying he had suffered crop losses as a result of heavy rains. His death came in the midst of political rallying opposing India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi's bill to ease corporate land takeovers. More than 300,000 Indian farmers have killed themselves amid debts and crop failures since 1995. In Peru, a farmer has been shot dead after police opened fire on protesters taking part in a month-long campaign against Mexican-owned copper mine projects supported by the Peruvian government. Protesters say the Tia Maria mine in the southern region of Arequipa had contaminated water and hurting farming. President Ollanta Humala has sent thousands of police to quell the protest. In the United States, 3 more women have publicly accused comedian Bill Cosby of drugging and sexually assaulting them, and a total of 40 women have come forward with allegations against Cosby dating back decades. And Hillary Clinton's State Department was part of a panel that approved the sale of one of America's largest uranium mines. At the same time, a foundation controlled by the seller's chairman was making donations to a Clinton family charity. Records reviewed by the Wall Street Journal show a $610 million sale and 51% of uranium-1 to a unit of Rosatom, Russia's state nuclear agency, was approved in 2010 by the U.S. Federal Committee that assesses the security implications of foreign investments. State Department, which Mrs. Clinton then ran, is one of its members. Also, some of the heavy investors in this uranium donated over $142 million more to the Clinton Foundation. Many believe this uranium is funneled through Russia to Iran for their nuclear weapon to destroy Israel. Even lamestream media is reporting on this. And that's it for the world news today. Now another thanks to one of our underwriters who supports your only visual video news media in Nevada County. That's right, it's us, GVTV News.
That's right, it's time for the police blotter. Pictures in the blotter not from these actual events but used for visual aid only. These public records are obtained from daily logs issued from Nevada County Law Enforcement. Grass Valley Police Department on Wednesday, 8:33 a.m. A woman from 200 block of East Main Street reported a person spit at her children and fled the area, trying to run over her in an SUV. At 8:55 a.m., a caller from 100 block of Richardson Street reported the utility room had been broken into, possibly for shelter. Extra patrols were requested. 10:07 a.m., a caller from 200 block of Dorsey Drive reported theft of a laptop and gasoline from two vehicles. 1:31 p.m., a man in 400 block of North Church Street reported an argument with a man beating a dog who chased him. He then brandished a pellet gun at the suspect so he would leave. 1:58 p.m., a caller from 100 block of Comstock Court reported fraudulent credit card activity and identity theft. 2:41 p.m., a caller from Business 100 block of West McKnight Way reported a fraud. And 2:44 p.m., a caller reported there was going to be a fight at Memorial Park. Nothing unusual was located. 3:35 p.m., a caller from Stacy Lane reported a boy destroyed property. He was arrested on suspicion of vandalism and violating a restraining order. And 3:58 p.m., a caller from 200 block of Sutton Way reported theft of a skateboard from a locked vehicle. And 4:51 p.m., a caller from 1800 block of Ridge Road reported a man with a red bandana covering his face was carrying a sub-nose revolver, then took off running when he was spotted. 5:48 p.m., a caller from 100 block of Lidster Avenue reported to a residence. 6:16 p.m., a woman reported a man jumped in front of her vehicle at 200 block of South Auburn Street, and then when she stopped to avoid him, he jumped in the vehicle. She dropped him off at Railroad Avenue and believed he might be on drugs. Nevada County Sheriff's Office on Wednesday, 9:35 a.m. A caller from Squirrel Creek Road reported a person fell from a tree and was unconscious. 10:45 a.m., a caller from Little Valley Road reported a foot pursuit with a person jumping onto a deck. At 11 a.m., a caller from 15,000 block of Little Pines Road reported hearing 100 pistol shots in the last 30 minutes. 11 a.m., a caller from 10,000 block of Kearney Court reported a neighbor let cows out of the gate. 12:07 p.m., a caller from 11,000 block of Tulane Drive reported a woman had been assaulted by a man and a woman who left the scene. And 1:10 p.m., a caller from 12,000 block of Mayflower Drive reported a man going door to door saying he was a stockbroker. 1:51 p.m., a caller from 11,000 block of LeBar Meadow Roads reported a dump truck taking water from a fire hydrant. And 2:10 p.m., a caller from Highway 20 and Scotts Flat Road reported a person lying on the side of the highway. 2:13 p.m., a man from 10,000 block of Pines View Heights reported his vehicle window had been smashed. 2:43 p.m., a caller from 15,000 block of Little Valley Road reported trespassing and an attempted burglary. And at 4:04 p.m., a caller from Rough and Ready Highway and Ridge Road reported a transient camp.
5:09 p.m., caller from 22,000 block of Highway 20 reported trespassers causing damage to property. And 5:17 p.m., a caller from Britney Springs Road and Rough and Ready Highway reported a vehicle off the embankment. And 5:19 p.m., a woman, 21,000 block of Oak Ridge Drive, reported someone else filed her taxes. And 6:09 p.m., a caller from Chicago Park School reported finding drugs and paraphernalia, which was thrown into a dumpster. And 10:29 p.m., a man from 16,000 block of Mackinac Way reported people were trying to break into a residence. The Nevada City Police Department on Wednesday, 9:41 a.m., a caller from Pioneer Park reported a man physically assaulted another person who refused medical treatment. And 1:30 p.m., a caller from Pioneer Park reported ongoing issues with bongo playing. And 5:30 p.m., a woman from Nevada Street reported a man was looking in her bathroom window. 7:44 p.m., caller from Commercial and North Pine Streets reported people on the boardwalk smoking and drinking beer. And 10:39 p.m., a caller from Nimrod Street and Park Avenue reported loud music and noise 2 nights in a row. And Thursday, 1:13 a.m., a caller from 200 block of Commercial Street reported a physical fight. 3:20 a.m., a caller from 200 block of Broad Street reported a man with no money was demanding a room. And 7:09 a.m., a caller from Spring and Bennett Streets reported a blazer with a hose in the gas tank, possibly because the gas was taken. It could not be located. And that's it for the Blotter today. Now, another thanks to one of our underwriters who supports your only visual video news media in Nevada County. That's right, it's us, GVTV News. And yes, I know it's not a blazer, but you can't always find the right picture. In today's local news headlines, pursuit ends in arrest on burglary and vehicle theft charges. And trio arrested in connection with Grass Valley School burglary revisited. A man and 6 outstanding warrants tried to flee from a deputy Wednesday, but ended up in jail on new charges in connection with a burglary and unrelated vehicle theft. A homeowner at 10,000 block of Oak Street called 911 at 10 a.m. to report a residential burglary with forced entry through a back door. According to dispatch reports, the garage and the house had been broken into, said Nevada County Sheriff Keith Ruel. With large generator and television among the items stolen, the burglar, however, left several duffel bags behind. Inside the bags were tools and could be used for burglaries and evidence identifying the owner, including bail information for Tristan Martin Appleton. About 2 p.m., a deputy on patrol in the area of Adam Avenue and Squirrel Creek Road reportedly saw Appleton drive a gold 4Runner and knew he had several outstanding warrants. Deputy began following Appleton, who reportedly attempted to flee. After a short pursuit, about 1.5 miles, Appleton pulled into a driveway on Butler Street and crashed into a tree, Royal added. Appleton reportedly then fled on foot, trying to run through a blackberry patch before being detained. Ouch. Gold 4Runner proved to be vehicle reported stolen from Birchville Road April 14th by a man who dumped the truck he had previously stolen from Grass Valley construction site. More burglary tools reportedly were found inside. The white Ford F-450 flatbed loaded with lumber and tools had been stolen from a construction site on West Main and Alta Street in Grass Valley. According to California Highway Patrol, the keys were inside the unlocked truck, and the workers initially thought the man who took it was simply moving it. A little more than an hour later the same day, another call was received of a stolen vehicle from 10,000 block of Birchville Road. Victim reported that a man with brown hair and a beard drove up in a truck and then left in his gold Toyota 4Runner. Appleton was arrested and booked into county jail on suspicion of second-degree burglary, vehicle theft, reckless evasion of a peace officer, resisting arrest, and 6 warrants after he failed to make a court appearance. He's being held in lieu of $93,500 bail and is set to be arraigned, well, I guess before this story comes out. His most recent criminal complaints were filed in connection with a mid-March incident in which he had reportedly found a Kmart bathroom with stolen men's clothing, methamphetamines, and a concealed knife. He was charged with carrying a concealed dirk or dagger, burglary, and possession of controlled substance and drug paraphernalia, and was set for arraignment May 4th. Busy people around here. 3 Grass Valley men were arrested Tuesday in connection with burglary at Grass Valley Charter School. Initially had gone undiscovered. The Grass Valley police officers and members of the Nevada County Sheriff's Narcotics Task Force went to a residence 200 block of North Church Street at about 3 p.m. to conduct a probation search, said Police Lieutenant Alex Gamelgard. During the search, items of the stolen property from the local school were recovered, including a laptop marked as belonging to the school. It was learned that the burglary, which apparently took place sometime before Friday night, Saturday morning, had not yet even been discovered. Detectives also reportedly found a small quantity of methamphetamine, suspected powdered heroin, and drug paraphernalia along with a pistol grip, pump-action shotgun, and homemade ammunition. Information related to the school burglary was shared with local law enforcement officers. Corey Franklin Goodrich Fordyce, 24 years old, and Sean Taylor, 19, subsequently were arrested. Taylor was booked into county jail on suspicion of violating probation and being held without bail. Goodrich Fordyce was arrested on suspicion of being an ex-felon with a firearm, possessing a controlled substance while armed, possessing stolen property, and violating probation. He was held in lieu of $67,500 bail. Later that evening, Grass Valley Police responded to an unrelated call 300 block of Mill Street that led to the arrest of the third suspect. A woman arriving home to complete the final cleaning of her residence before moving out called 911 at about 6:15 p.m. when she located a cell phone that did not belong to her charging in the residence. An officer conducted a search of the residence, locating a man identified as Alex Russell Fisher, 25, hiding in a closet. I don't have a picture here. Fisher reportedly was found in possession of at least 3 laptops, also belonging to the Grass Valley Charter School. He was arrested on suspicion of trespassing, possession of stolen property, and burglary tools, possession of drug paraphernalia. He was booked and released on a $6,500 bail. According to Gamelgard, evidence also was found linking Fisher to a residential burglary and auto theft, and his connection to the additional thefts is under investigation. Anyone with additional information about these thefts or other unreported thefts is encouraged to contact Grass Valley Police Department 530-477-4600. That's 477-4600. Have a good Monday, Tuesday. See you Wednesday.
Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon, I could go to space. With the air like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm clap along if you feel like a room without a
Grass Valley Television brings you local and world news, and we broadcast our 30-minute show 6 times a day on NCTV, Public Access, Comcast cable, channel 11 and 18. Also, we're on Sudden Link, channel 16 and 18. We have 3 amazing series: Music, a 30-minute weekly show that airs 4 times a week, and Pride, Integrity, Guts, and Service, hosted by Sheriff Keith Royal and me on a bi-monthly series, plays 4 times a week. We're your community media, and if you have a business and would like to underwrite our shows, we offer almost 200 30-second spots a month on Comcast and Sudden Link. We also stream live on NevadaCountyTV.org and video on demand there, and our own websites, GVTV.org and GrassValleyTelevision.com. We also post to several Facebook pages and YouTube, Vimeo, Blip.tv, and many other sites on the web where we mirror our shows. We provide 30-second spots and a 60-second spot for you to embed on your webpage or whatever you want to do with it. For more information, you can call us at 362-8889 or email grassvalleytelevision@gmail.com. We will be happy to explain how your support of us will help us support you. Grass Valley Television also does special programs in the community, and we also mention our underwriters and make sure your customers will see what you do when you're open and where you are. We thank the many businesses that already have supported us: Christopher's Deli and Catering, Station House, D. Martini's Spring Hill Pharmacy, Grass Valley Eye Care, Serendipity, B&C Hardware, Booktown, Ron's Real Records, S&K Auto Repair, Centerville Auto, and many more. We have a Happy New Year's special right now that will give you 2 free weeks of free exposure. Don't miss out. Find out how affordable and rewarding your support can be. You can also get our broadcast on smartphones and tablets and laptops. We reach about 80% of Nevada County. Give us a try.